Welcome to Teed Off Dad, the new podcast where the fairways are long, the patience is short, and the stories, well, they're endless. I'm your host, Rich, a middle-aged dad with a golf obsession, a growing handicap, and a family that keeps me on my toes, on and off the course. Each week, I'll take you through my latest rounds, the highs, the hazards, and the hilarious moments in between. Because let's face it, life's a lot like golf. Unpredictable, frustrating, and very occasionally brilliant. One dad, one handicap, endless stories. Let's tee off. So a bit about me, as a bit of background. I had an interest from my teenage years, used to plod around with a couple of clubs. First ever club was a Sevi Ballesteros 3-iron. I used to play in the local fields around me, which, by the way, are now housing estates. And university, had a couple of rounds of golf, hired clubs in the late 90s while I was at university. Came back to my hometown, got a job, and decided, I'd take up golf. A couple of friends said, if you want to go for a round, had a couple of rounds with bits and bobs of borrowed clubs and what have you. Decided, really enjoyed it. Started my first job after university, bit of money in my pocket, living on my own, no family, no wife, no children. Say no family, I mean. So decided, need a set of golf clubs. Did a few bits of trials, went to European golf, which is no longer an American golf. Decided I'll try a 7-iron and a 3-iron. If I can hit them both, pretty sure they're the clubs for me. So I ended up buying a full set of Golden Bear Power Curve clubs. This included a stand bag and 24 balls, which were Bay Hill. Found a couple of them the other day, actually, really discoloured, but still in one piece. Wouldn't really fancy playing around with them now, but and the obligatory bag of 100 tees, thinking that you'd lose tees more than you do. Started paying to play, playing enough really that I thought actually warrants golf membership. So I joined a club in Stretton near Burton-on-Trent called the Craythorne Golf Club, which unfortunately is no longer. There's a story behind that, but I'm not convinced everybody knows the truth, but hey, who am I to speak? And I just played as much as I could. Really enjoyed it. A couple of lads, we started, 3 of us going out, slope off work early on an afternoon during the summer, go out over the weekend, all good. As football season started rearing its head again, for some reason I decided football, UK football, or soccer as the Americans call it, that was what I wanted to do. Started playing 5-a-side in the weeks, on a Saturday, on a Sunday, and just golf just got left behind. Clubs went in the sheds and I very rarely used them. Forward to 19 years later, football's ended. I then had a wife and 2 daughters who've taken over my life for the better. And work started opportunities to play golf. Obviously networking, not just for the fun of it. So, started playing again. Couple of rounds in and practicing, I realised, although the clubs were great in the day, they're just not up to scratch now. So, bonus time, done well at work, bit of a bonus, need to go and get some new clubs. I had a different approach this time, went online, did a lot of investigation. There's so much information out there. We're talking 2020 now, nearly 5 years ago. So much information, just didn't know where to turn. A couple of reviews of what I bought looked good. Read well. There were higher handicap clubs, So I was sold. And before I tell you what they are, this is the point where I introduce what's on my trolley. Bit of a different from what everybody else does, but it includes a little bit more. So trolley is a power caddy, probably 10, 15 years old, electric trolley, still works, all good. So yeah, really like having that about. My driver, there's a couple of stories which we'll touch on at another time, but at the minute it is the PXG 0211 10.5 degree driver with the blue hazardous shaft and the standard PXG grip. Now the woods I haven't got round to updating. Again, there's a reason why I haven't updated, and there's a reason why a lot of things happen and trying to get some new either fairway woods or hybrids was one of the reasons things aren't going to plan. So I've still got my Power Curve 3 and 5 woods. If I'm going to use them, they need new grips, but for how often I use them, yeah, they just go in the bag when I feel like it. Irons, I went down the PXG route again, 0211s, again early 20s, these ones. Standard, I think it's the Elevate 95 shafts, standard grips from PXG, really like them. Bought 5.2 pitching wedge, love them, enjoy playing with them, but really, I kind of thought if I can hit me 5-iron 200 yards ish, and my driver I'm having issues with, why don't I buy a 4-iron? Hopefully that will fit in, and yeah, touch wood. So I've now got 4 to pitching wedge in the same PXG 0211 irons. I had a bit of jiggery pokery about what wedges I was going for. I instantly went and bought a couple of used Nike wedges, but realised the more I look into it, they didn't really suit, because I didn't realise until after I'd bought these Nike wedges that the loft on the pitching wedge of the PXGs is 44 degrees, and I'd then got a 52 and a 56 in the Nike, which left a massive gap. So sold them online and bought a second-hand set of Cleveland CGs, and now I've got a 48 degree, a 54 degree and a 60 degree lob wedge in the CG12 or CG15s. So yeah, I'm happy. The gap-ins seem okay, so yeah, I'm good to go in that sense. Putter, second-hand tailor-made Daytona Rossa. It's the one with a circular hole at the back that looks like either something's missing or it should be able to pick a ball up, but as far as I'm aware, neither of those are true. Balls, once I got over the fact that there is a bit of improvement available if you actually use a consistent ball that suits your game. I used to use whatever I'd either found or was given on golf days or stuff like that, but I decided Callaway Warbird, bought those, played with those, enjoyed those, but now I've ventured onto a company local in the UK called Provisional Golf Balls. Now it's a 2-piece called the Bimax, and I'm really enjoying playing with it. It seems to have distance, and in all honesty, compared to the Warbird, there is more spin with these than I've ever had with those. So yeah, I'm enjoying those at the minute. Bit of a story on the driver. I asked my 2 teenage daughters, Father's Day, they asked me what I'd like, and I said head cover. I'd like a new head cover, maybe a funny animal one, what have you. So in my head, I've got a couple. I've got the cheesy tiger, everybody loves a good tiger head cover. I thought then maybe it'd be a bear or an animal like that. But no, my two delightful daughters decided that a bright red Angry Bird should be the way forward. Not only that, it also comes with mini elastic bands so you can style its hair whenever you need. So needless to say, the elastic bands are not on my person when I play golf, and the Angry Bird has hair however it comes. The additional I'm going to give information wise is my shoes. Now, I think I've got a bit of an issue. I currently have 6 pairs of golf shoes, all Adidas. My original intention was to buy a pair for when it's wet and a pair of trainer type for when it's dry. But no, I have basically 3 of each. 3 for use in the wet, 3 for use in the dry. I've worn the heel away on 1 pair of the summer shoes, but again, they're comfy and I can't bear to part. So they've got a sticker on the heel, which is working. And this year I bought some Adidas Boa, the kind of the turnbuckle on it, where you tighten it up that rather than laces. Really like those, but I think 6 pairs is a little excessive, so I might have to have a look at that. But I suppose it kind of aligns with the fact that I also have 8 pairs of Adidas trainers, 4 pairs of Stan Smiths in white and black, and then 4 pairs of others, as well as, smart shoes, construction type boots and that. So yeah, I have a little bit of a thing with Adidas trainers at the moment. So yeah, the wife and the kids always joke at me because they all wear Nike and they all think Nike's the way forward, but I can't venture away from Adidas. So, setting the scene, the plan for the podcast is to document my rounds and bring you, the listeners, along, just to give you an indication of the emotions I go through while playing golf. Occasional happiness and joy, anger, club throws, and anything in between, which is basically me trying to play regular golf and not make a fool of myself too often. I'll talk through each round after I've played it, and then I shall discuss anything that happens, because 9 times out of 10 there's always something else that happens on a round of golf that is interesting, funny, or other. And basically, just a light-hearted and hopefully interested listen, the state of my golf game, and the free bolt-on that I'm gonna offer as well is, as I play different courses, I'll do a bit of a review, talk about maybe facilities, how the course plays. You'll have known how I play because I've either discussed it positively or negatively. And now, the one good thing I have at the moment is I have the opportunity to play quite a varied lot of courses. So through work has broadened out the courses that I play. So generally, I used to play my home course, Branston Golf and Country Club. I play that a lot. But now, through work, I've had the opportunity to play the 2010 course at Celtic Manor, the Ryder Cup course. I've played all 3 courses at the Belfry, the Derby, the PGA National and the Brabazon. Courses in and around my local area, such as Kirby Muxloe Golf Course at Leicester, South Staffordshire at Wolverhampton, and lots more. So you see my take on what the golf courses were like and how it went. So come along for the ride. I'll try not to get too angry while I discuss some of these issues, but it should be fun, should be funny and interesting. So at the risk of peaking too soon in episode 1, Uh, the driver story I kind of alluded to earlier. During lockdown, I won a bit of a prize from Sky for 100 balls at a driving range. So as things opened up, I decided take both girls, take me clubs, we'll go for an afternoon out. The wife was out. I said, right, girls, let's go and have a bit of a laugh. So we decided, went to a place called Stonebridge near Coventry, and at this driving range, after about, I think it's 150 yards, it's into a lake, you're hitting into a lake. So yeah, you've got 150 yards of grass, and then you've got targets inside a lake. Really nice driving range, really nice golf club in fairness. So 2 daughters were all playing away. The 2 step aside, we're taking it in turns. I think we're doing 10 balls each, just doing like a round robin. The girls are hitting irons, they're doing pretty well. I decide the drive is the way forward. So stand up, hit a driver. Didn't feel quite right, but I thought, actually, is that me or is that the driver? So hit another one, still not convinced. Third one, really shoulders into it, swung the arms through, and the ball dribbled into the lake, but the driver head must have gone 75 yards down the range. And I'm looking at the girls, both of my daughters are just looking at me going, Dad, you're an idiot, what have you done? But of course then, what do you do? The head, I've got the driver's shaft in my hand, the head's halfway down the driving range, so I sheepishly walk back down. The man in the kiosk, who you log in and pay for, so I ask him, explain the situation, ask him if we can go and get it. Then he announces on the tannoy, basically, can everybody stop hitting balls for a moment? We've got to go and retrieve a driver head. So, fortunately, my youngest daughter, little excitable, as soon as we got the go-ahead, she ran out, grabbed me driver head, came back. I was a bit red-faced. You saw a couple of other golfers along the course, chuckling. The girls have never let me live it down, but generally played the remainder of the balls without the driver, all hunky-dory. Next opportunity, took it to me pro shop. This was when I had a regular shaft in it. Took it to the pro shop. He glued it back on, only a tenner just to glue it back on. Didn't think any more of it. Playing the front 9 of the championship course, probably 8 months later. Shows how much golf I play. Playing along, hit my driver on a couple of shots, not really working. On the 9th, heading back towards the clubhouse, take the driver out, try and knock the skin off the ball. Ball goes 100 yards, driver head comes off again into the waist-high stinging nettles. I see where it goes, don't know where the ball's gone until I walk down the fairway afterwards, but I know exactly where my driver head's gone. So get my 5-iron out, try and create a bit of a path. It's probably gone 35 yards left at probably 10 o'clock if you were stood there, with 12 o'clock being straight down the fairway, 10 o'clock being diagonally left. So fought my way through the stinging nettles. Fortunately, I got trousers on, because if I was in shorts, I'm not convinced. I kind of felt I was going to have to go back to the greenkeeper, knock on his little hut and ask for a favour with a bit of a sheepish look. But no, managed to get in, got it, played, finished off the 9th, went back to the pro shop, same chap who'd fixed it previously, looked at it, nothing wrong with the club, looked at the shaft, and where the shaft met the club head, it was fractured. The graphite had fractured. So, yeah, there was no way I was putting that back in after those 2 attempts. So that's the point where I went out, and after trialling a couple of drivers, demo drivers with stiff shafts, I decided stiff was the way to go, and then bought a hazardous blue shaft, put it in the driver, and since then, touch wood, it's all been good. So yeah, that's one of many daft things that seem to surround me while I play golf. So, as it's the first episode, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for anybody that listened to any, all, or part of it. Appreciate it. This podcast was made using Cleanfeed and Buzzsprout. And if you want to look into those, yeah, they're on the web. Really easy interfaces to use. I'm not sponsored by either, as it's my first one, and I would not say I'm massively technologically advanced, but the interfaces on both of these, cracking, easy to make, easy to even add together and edit as you work through. So yeah, I would recommend them. So hopefully in another week I'll put out the next one. I've got a couple of course reviews coming, and then a couple of stories. So no, thank you for listening, and speak to you soon. Goodbye.